Incoming transmission.
Welcome to Saving Star Trek, a show talking about one of my favorite shows, Enterprise. I am Linda Park. I play Hoshi Sato and also Empress Sato. So enjoy this show. I love that it's finding a whole new life on the streaming services. And you better hit that like button or Empress Sato will not be happy. I mean, she could make a storm happen, and she could really make your life hard. Anyways, enjoy the show, hit that like button, and thank you for being a fan of Enterprise.
Hello world, it's Berto Prey 5, and welcome to a stream by Admiral Teague. This man has asked me to provide a video to him. He said he didn't care what I said in it, to be honest. So I said, I can do that. I can do honest. The truth is, Admiral Teague, I don't really agree with most of what he says about Star Trek.
Hello everybody and welcome to the show. I'm your buddy Admiral Teague and welcome to you all. Hey guys, what's going on?
Hi there.
Welcome in. We all guys out there in the chat, let us know how we sound. We sound deep and rich and radio-like. I want to say hello to all you John the Beagle Dads out there. Hello, Suzanne. It's good to see you. Lemon Pie. We've got Gavin Blackburn. We'll speak in English, not American for you, Gavin. And we've got Wes Cagle. We've got Mark Harkness. We've got all of you out there. Kapla. It's good to see you. And we started out with Linda Park, followed by Bird of Prey 5 for a reason. It was about 2 years ago that Bird of Prey 5 was doing Wednesday Enterprise, and I went there, jumped on the StreamYards link. Back in the day, you could do that, and I ran into Germ there. I'd never met this man before, and Bird of Prey 5 fucks off and goes to sleep, and we hosted the show, and it was a lot of fun. And then when he came back, he was like, that was pretty good. It was like, you sure you weren't asleep for the whole thing? I was like, listen to some of it. And I was going to play it, but the thing is, it happened on my birthday. So we're going to save that one for Bird of Prey 5 singing happy birthday to me when we get there. I think it'll be fun. But welcome everybody across the three realms. We've got a hell of an episode for you tonight. It's called The Catwalk, and I just watched it again for the first time since I watched it with Bob 5 and Germ. I think this one I maybe have only seen now a total of 3 times. I don't know if this is on anybody's top 10 list. I think we're maybe getting into the land of pretty average episodes. Like, we've reached this season's sort of zenith, and we're going to get into, like, we're really in the middle now at episode 13, and I think what we're going to do now is we're going to have some maybe more serviceable, more normal episodes, and we're going to have to wonder if some of them should have been on earlier in the season, quite honestly, and see if it would have made a difference. Because I don't have a problem with any of these stories so far, like nothing fundamental. Maybe like the seventh kind of sucks, right? But aside from that, like, it's not the stories, it's the choice of story order. We went pretty girl story, pretty girl story, pretty girl story, pretty girl story, no crew stories, stories without most of the principals, stories with just one character. Hoshi alone was great, but I mean, that's not really good for building up your audience. Like, for 5 episodes, we've just rammed home, we have very pretty girls on this show. And we've de-freakified one of them.
Yes, we do. Yes,
and we de-freakified one because we all have agreed. And some people thought we were being gratuitous, but I thought it was worth mentioning because it was so uncanny. And so many women have said it made them uncomfortable. What they did to Paul with the fiberglass cuirass or whatever they made her wear, that just, they really were so shocked by the reaction to that. They must have gotten letters or whatever. They're like, maybe the Wonder Bra isn't like part of a Starfleet uniform, whatever it might have been. They finally sort of just showed us her over and over and over without, like, same outfit, but without like the weird Under Armour, for lack of a better term. So I don't know, guys. Just quickly around the horn. I guess I'll start with Sean. What do you think is for choice of story this season? Were we maybe overcorrecting?
Yeah, I think it is. And real quickly, you did ask how we sound. I'm getting reports flooding in that we sound damn sexy. Yeah.
Hello out there, everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's a strange order of shows. Usually you'd have an order of shows that do some character development over 2 or 3 episodes or something. It's like they tried to go super episodic with this, and maybe knowing that coming up we're going to get a lot of arcs. I don't know.
That is true.
It's a little strange. But I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the ride.
It is a fun ride still. Resolute Germ, you get to go next. What do you think of our choice of story so far this season? We may be overcorrected?
I haven't got that much of it. It's the stories individually are okay. I think Sean was right. They're just trying to push some stuff to the back end of the season, so they just front loaded it.
Mm-hmm.
And JT, now the question goes to you. What do you think of our choice of story order, but more so than quality? They're pretty decent stories. What do you think of
I don't
story
particularly
quality?
care for it. I think it focuses on 1 or 2 members of the crew far too often, week on week. And I'd like to do more planet exploration than character exploration. And I think they should have rearranged some of these episodes to help us get there.
Yeah, like for instance, this is the first time this season that we have the entire team working together. The entire crew working as a team. You know what I mean? We have had a bunch of individualistic episodes where we had like Hoshi alone, or we had people isolated, or other things of that nature, or we did we start with Carbon Creek after we do Shockwave. So like right away the crew's out of the picture. We have made it to episode 13 before our first team building episode.
Wow.
And
Well,
we're
I
just
can't
dealing
think of any
with
others,
something
right?
here in the back end, folks. Please forgive our periodic pauses. I'm kind of thinking after I've seen this episode that if we keep getting more of this exact same type of episode further on, that my scores are probably going to go lower for each of these subsequent ones, because they just feel like they're treading water this season, and I don't really care for that. There's so much out there to explore, and they're exploring themselves more than anything else at this point.
Our Lombardi 1969 is here, the Trek reviewer is here, and RRTNZ, my Shatnerian buddy. I had a great time streaming with RRTNZ today. We did season 2 of Miami Vice. We wore our Miami Vice best clothes, and it was a fun talk, because what happened was I was told to watch Red Dwarf and Miami Vice, so I was burning through the Red Dwarf because that's easy. It's like 25 minutes an episode. Miami Vice starts with like a 2-hour movie. But the movie was pretty good. The movie was, we're going to go to New York. So their entire 96% of their movie was just in New York, and they were just running around all the places I used to go to as a kid. It was really cool. Thank you for the $5 super chat. It was great streaming with you today. You need to team up with Toxic again. Yeah, he is an interesting guy. Patriot, veteran, mercenary, felon, and crime novelist. Well, he did his research, right? It was great to see you too. This is like a standalone sandbox episode. I would say this one is more isolated from the rest of the plot than anything, because this could have been done with, we could have dropped in on any Federation ship and had this been oriented enough to care about this crew in 5 minutes. That's why I keep saying that they could save Star Trek. People keep saying that it's finished, that it's done, and Strange New Worlds will shrink Star Trek a little more. Don't get me wrong, but it's very bad for the fandom. And when we lose Star Trek creators, some people just won't engage with Star Trek anymore. I streamed with Deej last night and Jill, and we were like together for like 90 minutes. The three of us. There was a lot of other people there, but the three of us like overlapped for like 90 minutes. That was pretty interesting. But I forgot what I was going to say. The back end thing has got me distracted.
Well, you're the admiral. You can always forget and work.
I remember now.
That,
yeah,
right?
no. That's where we go. What I need is like an AI chip in the back of my head, like Data, where I could just plug in the USB stick of the episode and like not have to do the research, just like lay around and doom scroll all day, and then just like stick the USB stick in the back of my neck and be like, oh yes, the movie Heat. In the third act, there is a scene where I wish I could do that, but then I guess I wouldn't be as passionate about it. But I watched so many episodes of Miami Vice that I was unable to really. It was like, is that the one with Catwoman? It's like I wasn't too sure because there's one with Eartha Kitt.
I have to ask you, were you Crockett or Tubbs?
I was Shatner.
Oh, okay.
It's Shatner in the
Shatner
Miami Vice outfit. Yeah, in the crossover that we never got, T.J. Hooker goes to Miami. The thing I was trying to explain is like this show from 1984 is showing a small but growing city that's on the up and coming, but like these people are out of their league. They're not the best cops. They're not the most well-paid cops. They're not the most professional cops. Him having a Maserati is a little ridiculous. And I'm going to tell you right now, like my dad was NYPD and he was a detective, so he had some insight into the job and the professionalism. So Tubbs makes sense. He burns out in New York and decides that he'd rather work down in Florida. And he's the one,
Sure.
if you notice, who does all the investigating and dresses like a normal human being most of the time. I just remember my dad, like with the episodes of Miami Vice, when we would see Tubbs, he'd be like, looks like he could do his job. And then when Crocker would come, he'd be like, what's with this British cigarette? I'd kick that guy. I want to kick that guy's ass. And then he was just like, the fuck is wrong with his lieutenant that he's chewing everybody else at, but not this prick who doesn't wear a fucking collared shirt to work? Who the fuck does he think I want to kick that guy's ass. Like, okay, Dad. He's like, I can't stand unprofessional cops. And then it's like, he starts screaming and yelling about how his Maserati got repossessed. And he's like, I'm supposed to feel bad for this guy?
Oh,
like, we're putting on baseball. It's like, but Dad, it's only the Mets. It's like, we're putting on baseball. They're good this year. Not watching this stupid fucking show. Yeah, he was not a big believer in that one. Let's see what we got here. Glavin Blackburn says, the bridge is smashed. The computer's inoperative. Time's the luxury you can't afford, Admiral. That is true. Well, I did
a luxury you don't have, Admiral.
I rebooted my brain from yesterday when I found out it was all Miami Vice and no Red Dwarf. I was like, damn, I really leaned hard into the Red Dwarf, and I stayed up late last night doing it. And then I leaned really hard into Miami Vice for like a day and a half. Oh, yeah. Okay, so here's the deal. People were asking me, here's how I stream with Jill. It's easier than typing it. I ended up, my friend Deej was live. I jumped in the StreamYards chat. When I got there, I realized when I beamed in, Jill was there, and we just, whatever. Like, we had, there was 6 people there. And Deej was drinking a lot of Fireball. So I...
oh, no.
Well, here's the thing. He's not well. His streamer chair broke. And he's sitting on a bucket, shirtless, drinking Fireball, intermittently turning on his cam with really bad hiccups, and I had to give him some money. I was like, "You're right, yeah, I feel for you." So he's getting a new gaming chair, and Dean should be okay soon enough. But yeah, that was something.
Okay, that's good.
Wow.
All right, Sean, you have transporter control. Can you communicate with the landing party and see if when they're ready to clear the pattern buffer for me while I take care of some of these other things?
Oh, sure, yeah.
I appreciate that. All right, so here we go. We've got this episode, and I actually put my little talk off in the description because it's so brief. In the gritty heart of the radioactive storm, the Enterprise crew huddles in a claustrophobic maintenance shaft, their only refuge from the chaos outside. But danger never sleeps. Lurking aliens are scheming to hijack the ship, turning their safe haven into a deadly trap. With time ticking and pulses pounding, can the crew outsmart invaders before their sanctuary becomes a trap? Find out tonight on the next exciting episode of Star Trek Enterprise. What do you think?
Sounds good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think you pretty much did it there, boss. Yeah.
I had to write that while I oh yeah, okay, so if we have a fix on the southern on the oceanic continent on the southern part of the planet, then Sean, I'm going to initiate the beaming. Let's see. Okay, I think Scotty, get away from the transporter. I don't trust you. Get Jordy over there.
I don't know if they're ready.
We can call off the transportation. I thought I misread your private chat. Okay, let me know when you have a fix on the landing party. Anyway,
no, yeah, I'm just going on the previous communication, which just said, "Don't bring me in yet."
Oh, that was a while ago. That's like 4 minutes, unless it's been reiterated. I don't know. Let's see. You know what? We have a special guest for you, and we're going to beam her onto the bridge now. Sean, I'll take care of the sound effect. You do the beaming. Here we go.
Okay. All right.
It's Carla Burton, everybody.
Hello, Carla.
Hey, Carla. Good day.
You're muted. I can see your mute icon is on, Carla. Unmute your microphone. Carla has a new computer. Up, boom. She tried to turn herself on, and I think what happened was when she engaged her camera and microphone, she kicked herself. That happens sometimes. Yeah. I've been there. So, well, you know who our surprise guest is. We've got Carla. Hello, Gap Stargate over there on the X side of things. Good to see you. The Red Dwarf theme sticks in your head. You know, I have a refurbished or whatever. I have access to it on the high seas. And I see it, and the theme song, I think the deal is the opening theme song is really serious, overly serious, and then the end theme song is whimsical. But on the remaster, they've jammed them together, so you get like a few minutes of doom and gloom, and then you get this like super upbeat song. Because that seems to be the main theme song, and the effects are different. They did a Star Trek to it. The ship looks different from the outside in the remastered edition. Mm-hmm. Hello, Gap Stargate. It's good to see you. Yes, we have members of the fairer sex. Yes, we do. Well, what do we mean by fair? I mean, Rachel Ziegler was called the fairest of them all by this mirror. And I know a lot of people don't agree with it. And gosh darn it, does anybody watch The Last of Us before we dig into this Star Trek episode?
I saw the fight scene, and it was beyond believability. I mean, it was just incredulously cringe.
Oh yeah, that made me mad. And then I was in the chat there, Admiral, when you and Germ were talking about it. It's like,
here's what we did. Like, Paul is a nice guy. We don't think that he's mean. We don't think that he's a dick. Nothing like that. Everyone here is cool with him. We showed some examples here how Paulie drops a super radioactively hot freaking take and just walks away from it. And we're left to wonder, I was under the impression that when you jump into a tweet, and he jumped in to address that tweet and scoff at the person's assertion, and then he got owned and ratioed a little bit. It wasn't like massive, but like nobody agreed with him. Like 4 people engaged to be like, huh? But the thing is, he may have martial arts expertise. Oh. So if he did, I would think that would be an opportunity to jump in there and be like, well, she did this, this, and this correctly, but to which I say, we have only a GIF in his reply to people scoffing. I want to know why it was okay for the 12-year-old to take big man damage before she made her logical moves, and how she absorbed being dragged across the concrete.
I don't know.
What the hell was up with that?
I am seeing that the landing party's ready to come up again here. Do we have? All right, let's get the landing party. Yeah, we have confirmation there. Yeah,
you got the Heisenberg compensators.
Yeah, they've been reset.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll take the controls, Rand.
Oh no, she's forming.
Hello, Carla.
Hey.
You're muted. Let's see what happens this time.
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, yes, we can.
There we
Yay.
I am married just for technical things alone.
Nice.
Yes.
I'm going to boost you a little bit. There we go. Carla's a little louder now. It's good to see you. Welcome to the show.
Oh.
We have a great episode tonight called Catwalk. Do you remember this one?
No, I don't. I haven't seen them in so long. It's like doing a new thing all over again.
Yeah, I know how you feel. And I feel great to see all you people here. It's wonderful to see everyone hanging out. We got people hanging out
Happy
over
Easter.
on X.
It's
Happy
Easter
Yes,
Sunday tonight.
happy Easter.
Carla.
Thank you.
And happy Easter to the people on X and on Rumble, but not to the people on YouTube. No. You know, happy Easter to you guys too. We love you
Yeah.
all. And I heart your chat, your super chat, RRTN. Said thank you. Krimwan, hello. Good to see you.
sweet.
Krimwan is my man. He is here a lot on Thursdays. Hope everything's going well, Krimwan. Krimwan was on the 1923 panel. He did a great job, journeyman work on that, and we had some great stuff with the 1923 panel. And I finally have to sit down. The marathon of Red Dwarf in Miami Vice got me away from finishing the 1923 video. Red Dwarf is freaking funny.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
preposterous, but
It's the best. I
it's
love
really
it.
preposterous. I have to absorb that. It makes Father Ted look like a very serious religious documentary.
I know.
What's up,
I
Sean?
love it.
Oh, I apologize. I accidentally addressed Wes Cagle as you. I forgot that was in your thing. Wes Cagle, Admiral Teague does not say hi. That was me.
Oh, I say hello to Wes Cagle. It was good. Wes Cagle sometimes here on Thursdays. He jumped in late through the time hole. He was like he took his eyes off of his cell phone and stopped Xing. Your agonizer, please. Hey, Phantom Outsider. Good to see you. Good to see everyone in the chat. We got everybody here. We've chatted for a couple of minutes. I think we can jump into this one early and transfer the savings to the end of the. Well, we're going to obviously, as usual, talk through the episode. It's been confirmed by Nerdrotic and other people that talking through the episode, and the Vulcan Science Council also, that talking through the episode is expected by the watch party and by the people who come through later. And if you are coming through later, you should remember that. Stop sharing copyrighted material. Cosmic Week reported. But if you go to the point where we kind of wrap up and start our talk to the episode, if you go ahead like 44 minutes usually, we usually give the time of the episode when we start. If you go there, you'll get our reactions and our reviews because we're going to give grades on this episode. And who knows, maybe this one will even be worthy of an upload. I'm not sure. I watched it just before we went live. It was pretty good. I think I need a little more information on it, and I'm just sort of setting up. I'm doing reverse phasing so that I can get Enterprise up on the main viewer for everybody.
Oh.
And while he's doing that, I want to. Admiral Teague doesn't know this, but we're going to launch a new series here. Starting in a couple weeks, we're going to do a multi-week in-depth dive of Patterns of Force. We're going to watch 5 minutes of the show every week and then have a 3-hour discussion about those 5 minutes.
Oh, that
Fair
sounds
terrific.
So
Isn't there something called EFAP already?
this is gonna, but this is gonna be like more than that.
Yeah.
This is EFA, every frame a Hilter.
I'm just kidding, everyone. I do look forward to that episode eventually, but we're not doing a deep dive. That was a joke.
Right.
Right. We probably will watch it early because it's a fun kind of episode that I enjoy. I don't know what the hell is going on. Is this Gladiator 2 or something? What is going on with this freak that I see in the theater on the screen? And I will share that link with you as soon as I get done reporting it to my mom.
I'm confused.
Oh, the StreamYards link, the Cosby link, rather. Cosby link report. Cosby reported.
Yeah, don't put the StreamYards link in there.
Like Tiff McFarlane.
If we do, we'll just take the stream off. We'll end the stream and let everyone who's still in the chat.
Here we go.
Everyone who's still in the chat can get in
there.
Come into the studio, and we'll just all watch the episode together if I ever make that mistake. All right, guys. We have a pretty watchable episode. But first, we have one strange trailer here, guys. You can't rewind or fast forward on the Paramount trailers, but you can pause them. And what you're seeing here is, I believe it's a man.
No.
You sure about that?
It looks like Seth MacFarlane.
Oh, yeah. No.
It looks like a much younger Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know.
It says "born a boy," doesn't it? On the
that is a male.
Or it says "burn." Does it say "burn"? Does it say "burn" or "born"? It's hard. It says "burn."
No.
Is this Gladiator 2?
What the hell? What are we looking at?
It's something that would never happen in real life. I'll tell you that.
Oh, that was the training they did for the Blue Horizon. They were watching their training video. Oh my!
What is going on? Is this like the Mickey Mouse OnlyFans club? Because, girls, if you want to go into a room and like take a credit card number, I would like to see you do some things. But I mean, what the hell? Paramount, what is with your fucking advertising?
What?
Okay, so it was a combined Mean Girls Gladiator commercial.
A really bad commercial that they were probably going to do on Super Bowl, but probably
they thought better of.
They were told, you better not do that.
Yeah.
We're saving that spot for Section 31. It's going to change the face of science fiction. Yeah. All right, let me just turn on the subtitles for you. I am just bending my knee to the tyrants across the Atlantic.
German audio.
You know what? When we do Triumph of Will, when we do Patterns of Force.
You haven't seen Patterns of Force until you've seen it in the original
German. They must have shown German movies or something on the planet, because some of the people on the planet take German accents and others don't. I don't know.
Oh, man.
All right, here we go, guys. Catwalk is 43 minutes and 17 seconds long. Assuming we don't stop, if you fast forward about that much after we start this, you'll get our reactions to it.
What?
And what's up, Colin?
Oh, I got you. You mean in about, like, at the moment, the timestamp is 27:41.
Right.
Starting the show. And so plus 45. So plus 45 will be the reaction.
43:17. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah. You'll get our reaction. 3, 2, 1, and action. Action on the final frontier.
I like that.
And look, it's a binary star system.
Indeed it is.
I want to know what the planet's pronouns are, though.
It and that.
So we live in a non-binary star system.
That's true.
But you know what? It'll only be a few 100 million more years before our star transforms into a white dwarf.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It'll identify as a white dwarf.
They call it little stars now.
Captain Archer. I love him.
They're called little stars now. They're not dwarfs anymore.
Oh, okay.
They're called Oompa Loompa. They're called Oompa Loompa stars.
I like that.
I totally forgot about this episode.
You what?
Look, they're watching Midnight. Look, guys, they're watching Midnight's Edge. Yeah, Tom, what's going on?
They invited themselves in.
By the way, Midnight's Edge has approved of this. We are watching authorized Star Trek, unlike what we'll be watching when Sci-Fi CSI returns, and we might need to watch a few minutes of Patterns of Force after every episode of New Trek, just to repledge ourselves to John Gill and Malakon. Hail Colonel Green! Hail John Gill!
Oh, jeez.
And when we do, for those of us who want to go on camera, it'll be like this. And I am just can't see.
The fleet is leaving now to go to whatever the name of the other planet was. And yep, I have a little thing here for our friends who don't dig Faith of the Heart. We have a special little treat, bringing it back this week. We're throwing monetization to the wind. Here it is.
So
I'm never doing that again. That was a cacophony in my mind.
This whole thing to me really stinks. This storm coming in.
Yeah, a high warp storm.
You can just go straight up.
That's half a dozen light years across. I'm like, okay. Because space is infinitely vast. Wouldn't the storm dissipate immediately?
It's a sci-fi storm, Sean. I mean, JT.
Yeah.
Sci-fi storm. Yeah. The impossibilium cloud formed and turned into the storm of convenientium. And it moves at the speed of the plot, not high warp. I mean, they call it high warp, but it's really the speed of the plot. It's going to take, just about long enough to solve this story to get by.
No, they only use one of the two catwalks, right? They don't actually use both of them.
I believe
they use both of them.
Oh, they do?
They use both of them. They feature one of them.
Oh,
the
okay.
command crew is conveniently all in one of the catwalks.
They should have put Mr. Mayweather in the other one. He starts trying to act in this episode, and for a moment he is. I use that GIF in it's so many. I use that clip of video in so many of my video uploads for Enterprise.
Which one?
Of the warp nacelles going out.
Oh, right.
Because it's so cool.
Now, they have less than 4 hours before the storm arrives, and they're spending all this time chatting.
I would say Mr. Mayweather would do a much better job, like, going warp 4.5 to stay the fuck ahead of this storm so we get an extra hour. We don't have to stay stationary. This storm's coming, but we don't have to. We can't outrun it, but we can buy ourselves another hour. Mr. Mayweather, steady as she goes. Trip. Take two people who aren't idiots with you down to the hold. Captain, just shut up, Mr. Mayweather. One eye is sufficient. Just say aye. Aye, sir. I said just say aye, Mr. Mayweather.
Now, think about how long this would all take. It's going to take longer than 4 hours to do all this, right?
Well, I think maybe what the deal is, we can get sealed up in here in 4 hours and then finish working on it. There's a couple of things we need to do right away, as far as slaving the computers together and all that other stuff. But as far as how much time we have, like we have maybe more time. Like we might not have to do all of this in the 4 hours. Getting sealed in there is the most important thing, right?
Mm.
So we can assume they're setting the mechanisms in place to be able to like, well, it's going to take 6 hours, so like we'll do this so we can communicate with the other nacelle. And
I still think it's impossible for you to fabricate a porta-john in 4 hours and put it in that room.
I know. I have a 3D printer with that, and it's first of all, it's really hard to get the stuff to load it with. But when I try to make the porta-johns out of the the trilithium, it's always a problem. I mean, the titanium. The titanium toilet is just, it wasn't meant to be. It hurts your ass a lot.
Yeah, I don't have as much of a problem. They could have done 6 hours, or
Yeah, I would have liked them to have just given a longer period of time is all.
Like 9 hours?
Sure.
We have some very TOS looking communications panels around. That was a nice touch I haven't noticed till now.
But I don't know, with the whole crew, 100 and how many people? 130?
83.
Yeah, 183 people moving equipment and stuff. You can get all those. You can get
it's not. I don't think it's 183. I think it's 83.
It's just
83. Oh, okay,
Yep.
83.
Yeah.
Still, though, I mean,
which means it takes about 25 people to run the Enterprise, right? With 3 shifts and breaks.
Yep.
Can I just
That's
say
pretty
that
cool.
I like RRTNZ said that Jeff Coombs is the man. Like every time I saw him on an DS9 or Enterprise, I was like, yay!
West K got a big gift. In the theater. How long do they have to spend in here?
A week?
3 hours? Oh, I don't know. No.
A week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. How many hours does it say before they reckon a man goes a bit feral? It's like 2 meals or something like that.
They're going to go feral in about 4 minutes. This is like...
Yeah.
They're a bit space happy, and Risa was a while ago.
I don't like that they gave away that these people had made shit up that early on. Also, this is a bad effect because you clearly make it look like I could just fly the ship up
Under
or
it.
down.
Yeah.
And avoid it entirely.
Yeah.
It still looks better than the Nexus. I'll give them that.
It would still look like shit, but they would have it like blow apart a moon and a populated planet to just give it like some gravitas. It's the Star Trek we get now. Oh, you'll be fine. Stop being such a sissy, Arthur. Just do it already.
Phantom, I always wondered that myself. Why does everyone need to go to the catwalk? The doctor said some could shelter in sickbay. So why does he need to move all those animals?
He said might. Yeah.
Well, he has to feed them and stuff, doesn't he? Like,
yeah, it's a week. There you go. The denobulin bats will be quite feisty. So I don't know. There was no reason for her to just tell him that, like, by the way, that
odd nose nostril flare too.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Well, he caught her withholding information and trying to coddle him.
Wait, what? I missed. What was she withholding from him?
Okay, what happened was that she said the Vulcan ship that encountered the storms like this was darn near destroyed, and he found out that it was totally destroyed, not darn near destroyed. And he was like, turns out that ship was a lot more fucked up than you told me, bitch. And she was like, Look, they have like a George Foreman griller on the front of the
he's got a
console.
joystick with a trigger on it. I like that. They got that from a Mach 3 video game cabinet.
Yeah, they did.
I remember that game.
Well, yes, I do, but they were selling so many, like Logitech and everybody else had like different, like flight control only, like joysticks. So who knows, right? You could go to the like electronics center and get like the Radio Shack, as it were, and get like 50 different kinds of joysticks.
Oh, I used to love going to like CompUSA and shopping for those things.
That did look better than a Nexus, actually.
Nice fiber optic cable there.
Yeah, it doesn't look futuristic anymore, but they were determined to get one more use out of it.
It was futuristic back 20 years ago.
Yeah,
but
this was the last hurrah for it, though. It's not going to be futuristic. And remember, after this year, they start putting it on like cars.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Well, fiber optic cable's been around for 40 years or something.
Actually, I think the Romans had fiber optic cable.
Yeah.
It's when I go to church tomorrow, I'll see if they mention it.
It'll be in Latin though. Fibrous opticus.
Isn't that one of the Stations of the Cross? The Romans take selfies with the Lord.
Oh no!
They were Romans. Come on.
What if they were just like, yeah, it's going to shake like this for a week? Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Phantom Outsiders asking what we were talking about. Like, why not fly up or down? Well, unfortunately, this is the only thing the only thing Travis has in his arsenal is actually going straight is the ship.
Oh.
That's all he knows how to do.
That is funny.
That joke up. That was a good joke, but I did not deliver.
That was I laughed out loud, but I was muted. I almost created a Mr. Pride weather emoji with him with a rainbow behind him, but I'm like, what's gonna happen to people who stop by this channel for like other stuff? They'll be like, what the fuck is with these people?
Right.
And we got another donation.
Oh wow!
Oh, hey, hello, RTZ. Thank you.
RRTNZ, my friend, thank you so much. Let me see if I can go there. It says, my normie wife is watching Strange New World. Spock orders Ortegas to break orbit to protect the ship, and she gives him a millennial back chat. Yes, all the time. No. What the fuck? Come on, Generations is better than this. They act like Starfleet. Oh, RRTNZ, poor Melissa Navia does not enjoy, and I heart your chat, she does not enjoy playing that role, and she's not like that in real life. It's doing her a great disservice, and it's cost her a very lucrative other job in another sci-fi franchise. She was crying when you know how insufferable Ortegas is in Strange New Worlds? I followed the actress. I figured it would be activism and insanity. She's actress.
Cute. Yeah, I was like, where did that crewman come from?
She's adorable. Oh, she's waxing her lip.
No, she was doing UV teeth whitening.
Oh, yeah. I thought she was lasering off some upper lip there.
Which she shouldn't be doing that without wearing sunglasses, right? Well,
this is improved. This is sci-fi teeth whitening.
Oh, okay.
I think Hoshi's outfit's gotten slightly tighter this week. It's a snug fit on Ensign Sato, and I'm liking that. I'm liking that. If we could get her a cat suit, she could be Commander Sato. I would agree to the promotion. It looks like a Brunelli ship now, right? It's like, Captain, did they bring booze, right?
Carla, sorry about that. We're a little attracted to Linda Park. Are you there, Carla?
Did she private chat?
Oh yeah, I am. No, I am. I had to mute for something else and I forgot.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I thought we had.
They do. They did design it just like 7 of 9. She's always lovely to look at too.
Hoshi and T'Pol are both really lovely. This channel seems to be skewing slightly towards Team Hoshi, but that's probably because T'Pol won't do a cameo for us. There's no way.
The real world, to Paul, would never give me the time of day. Hoshi might be approachable.
Hoshi does seem approachable.
Hoshi's a more realistic person, you know.
I need some of that marijuana you're growing, Doctor. I'm quite paranoid already, but if I smoke some marijuana, perhaps I'll calm down.
Oh no! Oh, the
vomitorium.
Oh, I thought he went diarrheas in his.
No, we found out that he has a weak stomach though, or not a weak stomach. He can only eat like bland food. He had some kind of like mild medical condition that his family didn't even know about. He found out when he was like 10 and just kept it to himself or something. No, remember they were trying to find out what he liked the most, and it was like something really bland.
Pineapple. Yeah, it was
doesn't bother him.
Pineapple. And he's allergic to it.
Oh man!
Wow.
Well, I mean, it could be a mega planet, and it could be like 50 times the size of Australia, the continent.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, 12 billion on one continent. They have 5 continents. They just like to be together.
Yeah,
they don't go to the other 4.
Well, they're so polyamorous. You gotta be together.
Phlox is the only one who's left the planet. It's like, it's too much of an orgy here. Why would anyone leave? It's like, Captain, on my planet, it took hundreds of thousands of years to develop the wheel. It's like, huh?
Yeah, especially with tongues like they have, man. Doesn't go down to the floor.
Ah. I mean, now that we know he can make it, wouldn't he be watching like AI porn of Hoshi and Interpol?
Oh God.
I don't get how Archer lacks the self-control to watch water polo without like hooting and hollering. Like he doesn't realize he's the captain.
Yeah.
The fact that he has any respite at all from the he should be down there like all the time, like sleeping like 2-3 hours a day. You know, a couple of cat naps maybe. She looks so good there. Hit those like and follow buttons, guys, for Jolene. I don't know if they paid this off because the crew was already like pretty tight, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think there's anyone on the NX-01 I don't trust. Except the one sketch guy that got killed at the end of season 1.
Yeah, you know what? You were talking about the order of episode. This seems like it would have been a much better season 1 episode. You know, when he just talked about the crew coming together, and you know that this would have been a really good one to do season 1.
No, I agree. Like I said, we haven't done any team building this season till now. Like, even if it's not season 1, this should have been real early in season 2. This should have been right after Shockwave, but I guess it's too slow.
Yeah.
Because Shockwave went kathud.
He wants to Paul to fraternize?
I beg to differ.
Is it morale? Yeah, well, just walk around looking like you.
Right. Nice.
Oh, Oh, you see that? A pineapple cobbler. They just broke canon. Or they broke.
Did they do his birthday episode already?
No, it's like no. Did they? No, we haven't seen that one yet.
No, we saw it.
Yeah, I think we saw it.
It was like episode 8, season 1.
Where was I? Oh, was I not on board yet?
No, you were on board, but maybe you were just not here. You've been on board for all of Enterprise, right?
I think so.
Yeah, you were here for Broken Bow, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they didn't have a shower for a whole week. Well, whatever.
Let's see.
But by the way,
I don't think Reed would be bitching about the food choice, seeing as he always eats the most bland whatever is just being served.
Is he just being a grumpy jerk? And Hoshi's getting really domineering. She's starting to turn me on. She's being so mean.
Why would that matter? I don't know. Didn't they already say that this thing would be 300 degrees Celsius?
You're right. It was episode 12. Sorry, guys.
Why would a small heater, like a small hot plate, ignite a plasma manifold? Made no sense.
I think Trip's neurotic. I think it fits in with Trip. It only fits in with Trip is neurotic. You know, it's like I'm a Florida man. Don't be putting your trailer Don't be hitching your boat to my trailer that way. Do it my way.
What is that noise?
Besides, I think we all know that ever since that episode Detained, Trip is Space MAGA, and he has the Enterprise manifold set up so he can roll coal in space. Like, does it when everyone else is asleep. He just, like, looks around. He's like, all right, Mayweather, let's do it.
That extra is like, hell yeah, I get to be in shot.
Yeah. He wants to turn around so bad, though. He's like, oh, I can smell her shampoo. Wait, what's malfunctioning here?
The antimatter injectors are coming back online.
Oh.
Someone's messing around with their jury rigging.
That sounds like it's going to come into play soon. 22 minutes.
Yeah. Wait, why did he have to seal the suit for oxygen? Because of the radiation and stuff?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And it's conspicuously not 300 degrees down here.
So when they come back in 21 minutes, that suit's going to be so damn contaminated they won't even be able to get into the compartment. But what do I know? Am I right?
Sure
I mean, come on.
Sure, they had time for a decon shower.
They're building a decon chamber for them now.
Oh, sure.
I gotta say, these suits are pretty cool. They did really well on the design.
I love the suits, yeah.
Yeah.
If I was going to rob a bank, I'd go dressed like this.
It's almost like that Red Dwarf one when he's painting the ship.
Somebody's on board, Captain.
Well, Red Dwarf did it first. I just saw the one where they fucking run into themselves from another dimension, and they're female, so they go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
I think so far, Carla, my favorite is the one with the cat high priest from the cat religion.
I just love series two onwards. Two to 4 to 5 are my favorite.
They're still finding their legs comically, but they introduced Crichton
yeah.
and they moved on from Hall to Hill without any mention of what happened.
Oh, Holly.
Now, the music here really oversells what otherwise is a pretty boringly acted, like, setup scene.
Yeah, I don't think it's original. I think this episode was going to save a little money. Not a whole lot. This is a bottle episode with at least an effect. Like, people got to see the cool purple Nexus type cloud. They'll love that. It's like slight miscalculation on that one, guys.
I like that effect. I'm going through the storm. It looks cool. Like, that looks like our iPad now, right? Remember when we first watched this, we didn't have iPads and stuff, but now we're looking at this, I'm like, I can do that on my iPad!
Well, you can see the black tape over where it said Dell.
Yeah.
Unlike Red Dwarf, where they don't put tape over the Sony label on the monitors. How come these guys are okay with this being in the ship, and the other guys have to hide in a nacelle? This species is immune to the radiation, but their ship would have broken up. That's the excuse. So they have to go into the catwalk so that Archer and the other guys can keep an eye on them. Not going to give them freedom of movement. The first smart move ever.
No, they're deserters. They're deserters. So
no, I knew that.
These
they lied about
military aliens are pursuing the stowaways, and for some reason they just are. I don't know. They're so magical that the radiation doesn't do anything to them.
Well, he just said their species is immune. So now you know they only told you about the storm to save themselves and they would let you die.
I love these episodes that you're wondering who's the real bad guy. You know, you're like, I don't know. I love that.
It's Admiral Forrest and Saval. Saval's the bad guy.
These guys all kind of look like middle-aged bikers from Sons of Anarchy, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
I think a couple of them are.
Or like Breaking Bad meth cookers.
Yeah, something like that.
They're also a weirdly done alien race. It's a new aesthetic. Yeah, sure they were. I mean, you say that. I kill one of them right now to make an example. What?
Yeah.
Anyone else want to leave out any more information?
I feel like it's just look, they have to be aliens. How can we make them different? I know, we'll stick 2 bits of prosthesis on their face.
Yeah, and they're kind of committed to, like, we're not going to have too many super freaky aliens.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll find the other catwalk and the other nacelle, and we'll just let them kill those people, and then we'll be able to go out there and ambush them. No, you were lying about the other thing, you dick. Answer the question you were asked. I'd definitely blow that guy away right now to make an example. Anybody think I'm wrong on this one? Anybody?
Oh, no.
Sean would be like, Admiral, please kill him. It's like, yes, of course I will. By the way, I just want to make something clear. The handle on my phaser is not pearl. Only a Regellian pimp in Orion Whorehouse would have a pearl-handled phaser. They're ivory.
Oh boy.
Dang it.
It's getting hot in here. So
I think I would just, if I was the bad guys, I'd figure out how to flush the nacelles with EPS plasma. I'll take care of the crew.
Do-do-do-do. That was a long pause. They didn't need to put that in there.
I wonder how many people who worked on these Star Trek, the Enterprise and things like that. I wonder how many people might have like grown up watching Next Generation and thought, I'd really like to make props for sci-fi or design things, and got to work on things like Enterprise later on.
The kid from And the Children Shall Lead made some stuff for special effects of the motion picture, so it happened, and it happened close to home.
Yeah. Oh,
hey, Ruby Hoove. Thank you.
Hey, Ruby Hoove. Welcome to the show. We'll be reviewing this episode in just a few moments. Let me take a look and see what we got here. Oh, Ruby Hoove, thank you for gifting a membership. That was really nice of you.
And it went to Don Lewis.
Don, welcome aboard. You're a member now, and Ruby is a member for 2 months. Hello, Ruby. We're going to do our best to be as entertaining as possible.
Don Lewis is a Xanadu citizen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think the name rang a bell.
Yeah.
Hello, Don. Welcome aboard.
Don Lewis was also my grandfather's name.
Oh, wow.
Well, he was Donald, but
how is this for weird? They ran into like some troubled drug addict teen in Miami Vice, and they're like, all right, how old are you? And they gave my birthday. That was so random and freaky. Day and year, which is like boom right there.
Hey, that's basically, what's that? Garak. Is it Garak on Deep Space Nine? They've got his eyebrows.
It's a different actor.
The shop. I know. No, but what I'm saying is, you know that whatever their races, they've got eyebrows and stuff like that. That's just on his cheekbone. They've just repurposed eyebrows. They've repurposed eyebrows to cheekbones.
Like, go into the Neelix drawer and get us some eyebrows.
Yeah.
Wes Cagle is a member of the channel for 16 months. That's as long as you can be a member for. You've had my back for a long time, my friend. Thank you. You are so appreciated. And he is on Team Hoshi. Let's get get that up there. Oops. There we go. Oh, hey, RTNZ gifted a membership too. Thank you so much.
Aww.
And DJ Ronnie G gets it. Welcome to the family. Or welcome back. You've been a member before. And look, I remembered to change it to live chat this time so we could see what's actually happening rather than what YouTube thinks we should see.
Right.
Top chat, my ass. I'd just be like, he's about to drop dead, sir. Like, why should we bother?
I wonder what makes certain phasers green and others red.
Well, only we have the phasers, right? So they're always disruptors, I guess, or proton guns,
okay.
right? So everyone else is working off something else. Even in TNG, like only Starfleet has phasers, right? It was like whenever we get to other people, say grab the Klingons' weapon. We try to stay non-specific, or we call them disruptors.
Okay.
I've noticed that at least. I don't think anyone else has phasers. That might be like a special, extra nice Starfleet weapon that kills you nicely. Is it maybe the principal from? No, it's not the principal from Breakfast Club, but it certainly reminds me of him. He's got the same
I like
energy.
how they had to spray his face so he could wipe the sweat off. He's like, they should have done the thing like an airplane where it's just pouring down his face.
Dripping. Yeah. I love this. This is my favorite bit of Star Trek when they're like going through eddies and all that sort of stuff or whatever. Hold on.
Now, the Supreme Court has spoken. We're going to continue on this mission.
There it is. I put it in the theater.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, there it goes.
A very cool looking ship that they
Yeah, it
made
is.
for one episode. I liked it.
And they buy back the bad look of the purple cloud with this moment here has looked okay.
Right.
Really okay for 20 years ago. And better than the Silver Surfer, which is an effect from the future, really.
Oh. That's funny, Sean. He is like the airplane sweat.
We've come clear of the V'ger cloud.
On the catwalk.
That chick doesn't look very happy.
Here, JT, I'm going to put a picture in the theater chat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The design of their ship they stole. If you ever played the old game Wing Commander,
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
that was a total Kilrathi ship that they put.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, look at
Yeah.
I just put a thing. Yeah, when I saw it,
I
it's like
see
a
that.
Kilrathi ship.
Yeah. Good
It
eye.
is a neat design, though. It is a neat design.
Mm-hmm.
He's the first gay man to pilot a starship through a ion shockwave. Thank you, Mr. Mayweather.
Thanks to
It's a
Mayweather,
historical
who
day.
rode the sticks so well.
We're now going to have T'Pol, Hoshi, and two other chicks go into Shuttle Pod 1 and go around that moon because no one else has done it before, so we can say girl power. Shuttle Pod 1 is hereby renamed Blue Origin.
Sadly enough, I think that's Mayweather's biggest accomplishment so far in the series.
I think so.
Did you
Well,
notice
he
how
was
his
part of the
delivery was?
computer. He was part of that space station for a minute.
Did you notice the yes? Did you notice the improvement in his delivery? He got the first line out rather naturally, and it had to take until the second line of his dialogue for him to go back to being wooden. He's capable of delivering a rejoinder now.
Wait, he did what?
Now he can give us a rejoinder rather than just be like, he couldn't even be like, I'm going to push the button to put us into warp, Captain. Like that was we were getting some bad delivery from Mayweather.
Yeah, and his monologue on the one where he was back on his family ship. Oh, that was one of the worst monologues in Star Trek history.
That ship looks like in the Cosmic chat, looks like a batarang or something.
Yeah, it's a ship. It's from a game called Wing Commander that they were called the Kilrathi, a cat-like species. Really good series of games.
Isn't Wing Commander got the voice of Mark Hamill?
Episode's playing.
Yeah, I know.
Mark Hamill. It's an action motion capture game. He actually acted in it. Tom Wilson is in it. Who was a Biff? Oh wow! John Rhys Davies plays a character, as does Malcolm McDowell. It's got a big cast. It was a great game.
Every time I hear the name Malcolm McDowell, everyone else sees these other big movies that he's associated with, like his Kubrick movie, but all I ever see is like, time is the fire in which we burn, Captain Picard. My time is running out. That's so fucking cheesy. They wrote the worst scenery chewing horrible garbage. I mean, he's a decent actor, but it's like, you're here to convince me what I'm doing is terrible, and I should stop. Nice try.
There was a time when I wouldn't have to fly.
That was like the best line he had, too. Yeah. That was like, and he made something of it with his delivery, but I do appreciate him for going out there and saying, like, Captain Kirk died like a loser. I shot him in the back.
Yeah, I like the line in the movie where like they were searching for something called trilithium. Is trilithium, and like they didn't know what it was, but it was in like 3 episodes of TNG, and no one bothered to check. They had already talked about trilithium. I think even TOS mentioned it.
You know what? At a certain point, they're like fake, like progium reactor of like terms broke down. It broke down really bad during Voyager, and they're like now they're leaning back on older terms and saying things in a slightly different way. And John's giving the episode an 8. I'll tell you guys what. Why don't we talk about the episode that we just watched, Catwalk, and you guys in the chat. Tell you what, give us like your reviews, and I will put into the chat. I'll put in the poll. While I open up the poll, let's talk about reactions and letter grades to this serviceable episode of Star Trek, in my opinion. Why don't we start with Carla, since Carla sometimes has to punch out and go.
Just give me a minute. I just need to plug something in. Hang on.
Carla is just using a low beam stun to herd children. She's watching a bunch. I think she's watching a bunch of kids.
Hang on, wait. Okay.
It's Easter near Easter Island. Actually, it's Easter on Easter Island right now.
Oh, that's right, Wes Cagle. Yeah, Ginger Lynn, who is an adult star, is in Wing Commander 3. Yeah, she plays a potential romantic interest, and then Wing Commander 4. He's in Wing Commander 4 as well. What a great! I got John Rhys Davies' autograph on the box of that game.
Was there some kind of real legitimate thing, or was this just bullshit that Mark Hamill started getting angry and worked up? He was like, "Well, of course, Luke Skywalker's gay." Is that true?
I don't. Is that true?
Somebody maybe trolled me.
I think he said, like, I believe it. I think he said something like, "If you want him to be, then of course he is." It was something like that, where it's up to the fan.
If he gave a diplomatic answer, that's fine.
Yeah, it was. But no, he's not. He remember how excited he got when Leia kissed him, and he was all over it.
Yeah, I mean,
but he's not gay. He's just into incest.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, wait, is there something wrong with that?
Now, if you live in Alabama,
I was thinking, like, isn't the capital of Tatooine called Lynchburg? Right? Isn't that the capital?
No comment.
Unfortunate choice of words.
Yeah, Wes Cagle got it. He says he's not gay. He's just from Alabama. Mara Jade. Yeah. He doesn't he have kids with Mara Jade, or he gets married to her or something. So
Well, that's beta canon, and like the beta doesn't accept it. But you know what? We just watched.
No, it is. Is it considered beta because George Lucas authorized it?
It is actual Legends canon because they didn't break it down in Star Wars. Everything was in one set universe. There was no alpha, beta, or gamma.
All right.
Yeah, and Lucas approved all those things, so it's not like Roddenberry okayed all these stupid X-Men meets TNG crew thing with the books.
Oh God! All right, so hey, we just watched the episode Catwalk, season 3. I think it's episode 12, right? We're moving along. Next week, we have to think about maybe having a mid-season conversation about where this series is going. And so let's start with Carla. We just watched Catwalk. What do you think of this excellent episode? Well, this serviceable episode of Enterprise. Would you like to give it a grade?
I don't know, maybe a B. I think it's probably. It's like, yeah. I mean, I like it when they go places and do stuff, and these are always good episodes too, and revealing character or whatever like that. But yeah, I love the trope that they're distracted from a ship and someone else is taking it over. Like, I always love that. So yeah, but yeah.
Okay, like A through F. What would you give this?
Maybe a B, B minus, maybe. I don't know. I just feel,
B minus.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
That's fair because we've had so many B pluses. Well, here's the thing on the Enterprise A through F. It's like kind of understood. It's in context of the other Enterprise episodes, right? So it's like it's not like a TNG A.
Yeah. I suppose it's compared to a lot. And a lot of tropes. Like you've seen it all. Once you've saw like Generation and Deep Space Nine, you've probably seen all of the tropes there are in Star Trek.
Sure, yeah.
And you could, So, yeah. And I mean, I love it. Like, I love, as soon as I see the starship, like, all its panels, and, like, I'm like, oh, man, I really wish I could have decked my house out like that. Yeah, so, yeah. Anyway, I love it still.
Yeah, that's a good review.
Okay, so let's go with JT next. Carla gives it a B minus. JT, go ahead.
Let's see. I give this a 75% C. And part of me wants to say, well, what was the harm that was really done here? It was definitely a money-saving episode for them. Or maybe it wasn't with all the CGI. Who knows? Point is, it was definitely intended to be kind of a bottle thing going on. I don't think it lived up to exploring new worlds or anything inventive. And so the lack of creativity definitely takes it out of being an A. Then you look at things like this magical storm that's moving at high warp that is so big you can't get around it in any direction, and it's just moving too fast. You can't like wait for it to dissipate. All kinds of crazy, stupid stuff like that. When you start thinking about it for a second, just lets me say, okay, it loses another letter grade right there. I don't think it looked
pretty easy to like go to warp 4 and get under that storm.
Right.
It was poorly conceived.
And just the way that you would think about how infinite the volume of space is, how big is this storm that it will move in every direction? If it were going to move in every direction, it would dissipate almost immediately in space. Like, I don't care how big it was to begin with, right? And if it was that large, why didn't they see it earlier? You would think it would be so fucking massive you could, sorry for dropping the but so massive you couldn't possibly avoid it for a long time. And that wasn't true either. The planet that they were going to go visit, why couldn't you get yourself in the upper atmosphere of the planet, which assumingly would probably protect you? there's just so many other questions from an actual science fiction standpoint that I'm just saying, nope, you lose another letter grade there. It throws it down to a C. And I think they do enough other competently. It saves it from a DF kind of region. But I'm ready to move on this type of episode in Enterprise. I am.
Would it be crazy to say that this storm was their crystalline entity episode? It was like, all right, whatever. Like unrelatable, non-real villain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could definitely see the parallels. Also, this one species being completely immune to all that radiation, like I don't think that's how that works. But hey.
And what was up with the whole thing with the heat, with how hot it was going to get? Like they also, it's 300 degrees doesn't bother them either.
The engine was turned on.
Oh, they left the engine. That's okay. I do like the one thing that they did bring back from old Star Trek that was cool is like, it's my ship. If I can't say where it'll go, blow it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. By the way, Admiral, I'm starring all the chat grades, so you can read them all at your leisure.
You. I was wondering what was going on. I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't do that. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm just starting. So then, when we're done, you can go to there. There's only a handful of people that have put in a comment, but that'd be a good, easy way to show them and read them off.
All right. So I guess JT, you have to commit to a letter.
C.
75% C?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, then next in line is my friend Resolute Germ. Resolute Germ, what do you think of this episode?
I think it was pretty good. Interesting, sort of unique concept with having to force the crew all together like that. There was a lot of tropes in it, but that's fairly common for Star Trek. Probably a little heavy on it. But for what it was, a bottle episode, everything was written pretty well, acted pretty well. Nothing to me was outstandingly bad. The storm I do explain away because there are parts of Star Trek lore where they can't leave the actual plane of the galaxy. So they don't have infinite space. So that's how you explain away that one usually. So I give it a solid B.
All right. B it is. And that brings us to Sean Carter. Sean, what do you think of this fantabulous episode of Star Trek Enterprise?
Well, I enjoyed it. I give it an 80. It gets a B, just a flat B. I don't have as much of a problem about them not flying around it as some others might, and I think a very simple change of the story writing would have fixed it. All they needed to do would just be, hey, we knocked the warp engines are offline for some reason, and they're going to have to batten down the hatches and weather the storm. So, like, all they had to do was just prevent them from going to warp, and it would have solved that little plot hole. So I forgive them for that, even though they should have fixed it. They should have rewritten slightly to compensate for that. But other than that, it's feasible that some species might develop a resistance to radiation. I mean, we've got cockroaches here on Earth that can withstand nuclear bombs and all those kind of things. So it would, if those kind of storms were common in that area of space, it's feasible that a species might develop a resistance. But no, it's good. A little bottle up, so we don't learn anything new. It doesn't advance Star Trek, or it doesn't advance anything. But it was still a fun little episode, a little claustrophobic, and it did give a little bit of character development with to Paul and stuff. But no, it's fun. It was a little unique, a unique take on a bottle episode.
So you're giving it a B.
An 80, yeah, just an 8. So it's just 5 points higher than JT, and so it's like we're all hovering around that kind of. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay,
and that's me.
So,
yes.
Let me see. That leaves me. All right. Well, This was a pleasant little episode of Star Trek that I kind of enjoyed. It would have been improved a lot by Hoshi and T'Pol in the decon chamber at the beginning, discussing the exposition of the storm. That would have been helpful. I would have enjoyed that. I think that the episode really suffered from the lack of a decon chamber sequence with Hoshi and T'Pol. But you know what? I'm going to forgive it and overlook it. And also, here's the thing. I'm not that objective anymore. And when I watch this episode now, don't really think as much about the episode as what it's come to mean to me personally. So I'm a little bit not that objective, but I know that, there's a lot of Star Trek that's a lot better. So a sentimental A, but in all reality, yeah, this one's a B. It's a B. It's a fun little serviceable episode of Star Trek that does no harm to the franchise as a whole. But you know what? We've seen a lot better Star Trek than this, and there's a couple little mistakes in it, and a couple little shuffle steps we would have appreciated them doing a little more deftly. But it wasn't a bad episode of Star Trek, and I don't know why they wouldn't have shown this slightly earlier in the season. This is the first time we've seen them pulling together as a team. Like we said, it was a season 1 kind of episode. I get that you have to reassert from time to time that you have a team, but if there was ever a time to do it, it was after your movie doesn't really go over well and has bad ratings. They should have just tried to change episode order there. Like, instead of Carbon Creek, we could have gotten this. Now, I agree it would have been 2 slow episodes in a row, but at least it would have been like, these people have loyalty to each other. And this wasn't the slowest slow episode. I guess there was a
ticking clock, and there was some phaser fire, and there was tension.
Yeah,
too slow.
They were cognizant of the fact that they were going to try to save money, but they weren't. It's like we have to get by on crackers, but we're gonna get the good crackers, right? It's gonna be very delicious crackers.
Okay.
And, you're being hailed from someone who just arrived here, Admiral.
Who has arrived?
Tetrarch of Apathy has arrived, saying hello.
Oh, I hailed him. Yes, I hailed Tetrarch in the chat. Hello, Tetrarch of Apathy. It's good to see you, my friend. Yeah, I think I held back.
I don't see it.
There it is.
Looking at the rest of the season, though, we have some really hit or miss coming up, too.
Yeah, Carla, do you need to leave? Oh, wait, she did.
Carla step away for a moment?
Well, yeah, she just stepped away. It looks like she might come back.
Well, we can field the questions and read the grades the audience has given it. Let's see if I've gone back far enough. They're all beneath the RRTNZ's gifting a membership, and thank you for that, my friend. RRTNZ, thank you so much for that. Why not open the airlocks and see the aliens out? I might. I mean, they're basically doing the old Star Trek trope of if it's my ship and if I can't command it, I'll, destroy it. So I thought that was sort of a good thing to see again. We'll fly right into the solar flare or whatever it is, the storm flare. I don't know. I mean, they didn't get enough information on this storm. I would have thought that Phlox would have been maybe on it a little more with these aliens, if you are so afraid of the storm, explain the gland in your, you know what I mean? Catch him a little quicker. I don't know. The Federation being deeply naive is ingrained now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. At this point, yeah.
John, the Beagle Dad, gives this episode a B. It's fair. B minus, says Gavin Blackburn. Feels like
and
padding the season out episode. It is. It is, though.
It is. And John points out that we have a Shran episode coming up.
Is that what the next one is?
No. You just said it just now in the chat. You mentioned his name, so I thought I'd...
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're not... Anytime we have a Shran episode, let's see what happens this time. The last Shran episode got hundreds and hundreds of views, but it was the upload was an hour long. Now that I figured out the 20-minute method of doing it, because the part of the show where we record our upload is basically over.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? That is a lot easier to edit. All I have to do is put a new introduction on it and then get the panel ratings, and people like that. It gets good reactions on Reddit, where all the nicest people hang out. including me. Solid C plus from RRTNZ. Oh, Reddit. Oh, Reddit. Phantom Outsider. I gave it a B. But if they had been smart and simply spaced the aliens, then an A plus if you're gonna coddle space pirates that aren't Robert Urich. Oh, I know what you're talking about, ice pirates. Yeah, you know what? Phantom Outsider's real law and order in space. He's very pro Federation. What can I tell you? We need space ice. Yeah, when they're sending us our hijacking aliens. Because you know what? A little bit of this episode was also Enterprise Mine. Right? The one with
Enterprise
Picard.
Mine.
When Picard kills Tuvok. I don't know if that's the real name of the episode, but
It's a Starship Mine.
Starship Mine, yes. Yeah.
Enemy Mine. Enemy Picard. I think the Carla dropped.
Oh, yeah, that is the one where
kills
Picard
Tuvok.
kills Tuvok, yes.
It's like after seeing the things that Tim Russ has done, I might have Picard beat down Tuvok be one of the things and hear him scream like because he has a little girl scream when he dies.
Speaking of the devil, that's the TNG episode where they mentioned trilithium.
Yes.
Yes, that's the first one because that's the hot but somewhat dudeish looking chick, right? She's like sort of kind of like guy looking, but she's hot, and she's just
like Gozer. She looks like Gozerian.
She does. They want to scrape out the trilithium from the inside of the warp core.
Yeah, trilithium resin. Yeah.
Yeah. Some of the most unstable explosives. So unprincipled. It's like, yeah, I was like, okay, Picard. We'll see where your morality gets you when you become a robot CGI upload ghost of yourself.
I'm so sorry. I apologize the entire season.
When I think of
Carla Diddley.
Sean, when I think of the monster that Gene Roddenberry was for putting that poor fish through that experience, I just can't. Fish can feel pain, Sean. Fish can feel pain. Carla has partially materialized back, but I don't
She's
think her
stuck in the pattern buffer.
I can see the little thing that says that like her device is disconnected or something like that, but it's black
the mic
writing. It's black writing on black background, so it's kind of like very Douglas Adams.
No, if you hover your mouse over it, it says, "Oh wait, now she's gone again."
Ooh, maybe it was her computer. Leaving and coming back and sometimes fix things.
Pattern buffer, man.
Oh, Don. Don't forget about the tardigrades or water bears, as they're sometimes called. They can survive almost anything in the universe can throw at them. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm glad you're talking about real tardigrades. Yeah. I'm glad you're talking about the real tardigrade, which we now know, thanks to Star Trek Discovery, the tardigrade has been called too vague of a sci-fi plot device to be copyrighted. But also, they proved in court, because they took a multi-pronged legal strategy, I'm pretty sure that Star Trek Discovery, their argument was that you can't plagiarize a show that has no story.
Oh.
I think that's, I heard that had something to do. I'm not a lawyer, but I heard that their defense was, we don't even have a fucking story. How can we possibly be plagiarizing? And a jury agreed. It's Carla.
She's back.
You're back.
Did you give them a good stun?
I give myself a big stun. I was like, closing tabs. Like, oh, the wrong one.
Uh-oh. Carla, you're not gone. I just have to add another camera slot. There you are. Oh my gosh, this is so unnerving. Don't worry about it. I'm going to figure it out. I will figure it out. Here we go. Basically, when you're a YouTuber, what you do is you keep rearranging layouts over and over and over to get the comments in. Mm-hmm. I would have rather had Picard delete insane way. Yeah, like sometimes, like here's the thing: it's not that she's an outright bad captain; it's that she's wildly inconsistently written.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Sometimes she is a good captain, and like the defaults on Janeway that they always fuck up are fine. The default settings on Janeway are she's a strong leader who cares about her crew and who will like fight day and night
Does
for
she
their
care about
well-being.
the crew?
It doesn't bear out in stories. The default settings that they can't stick to them. They can't stick to their Janeway rules. It's like the Joba rules.
It fits perfectly fine when you just realize that Janeway is bipolar.
Well, yeah, because she has to reverse the
Are
polarity.
you
so
saying?
often.
Are you saying that we should call her McCain Way?
Oh,
That's funny, Jeremy. Yeah, she reverses her own polarity all the time.
You know, I for one think it's probably a little bit low of you guys to sit here and take a swipe at a strong woman like this.
Doesn't anyone see that this is wrong?
Tuvok is upset with you've hurt Tuvok's feelings. Hey, Miss Katonic. Hello.
Oh, God.
Hi.
Trilithium resin. Yes, that's what it was. Explosive and all. Also extremely
And
unstable.
it could fuck up a star. So it's just like, with a little rocket. Well, you put a little bit of it in a rocket and it launches infinite like speed into a sun from a planet.
yeah. Let's not go into generations again.
You know, Sean, when I was teaching at the academy, we had a young cadet there called Ensign Janeway. She was so irrepressible, we called her Little Trilithium. She was emotionally unstable. You know, there's no rule against fraternizing with the cadets. So, of course. I can't take that stupid.
Okay, man. Hey,
buddy. You know, there was a time where I would never think to say anything bad about Patrick Stewart. Like, I look forward to seeing him in movies, and now I only look forward to seeing him in movies, like, so that his character can be killed.
Well, is he going to have?
Funny you mentioned that. I did start watching the old, the old Dune movie, and I had never seen it before, and I have no idea what possessed me to click on it last week, and all of a sudden, Patrick Stewart just comes walking around a corner in this movie, and I'm like, oh, this did not age well. This did not age well at all.
Dune was never meant to be on screen.
Yeah, sometimes a book is just a book. Also, I've been thinking about this. Like, maybe we have to stop making Lord of the Rings projects too. Call me crazy. I saw some of the War of the Rohirrim, and it was like more like the War of the Borhirrim. Oh my God, was that movie fucking sucked. Thank you, Buddy Hepburn, for spreading the message. Yes, I have roughly 20 likes in hand. Now, I am a wily old pirate, and it's very important for me to get to 30 likes, just for my own personal ego. And I want to call YouTube out one more time for this just terrible situation where my goals can only be to make people give me money. Now, while there's nothing wrong with that, and I don't condemn it, there should be some cheerleader-ish goals that help me build my channel as well, like 30 likes to get 25 shares off the browser. Things that really help your channel and help YouTube understand that you are playing by the rules and trying to grow. We have been hit with so many devastating, despicably withering, analytic destroying bot swarms, and boy, we just keep proving every week that that's the pathways, don't we?
Just be thankful they just didn't randomly delete your channel and you can't get it back.
Yeah.
They could still do that. They tried to.
Yeah.
There was an attempt. You know what? When what was described to me was what happened. Someone tried to spin up my uploads too. I did 1,000 views in 1 hour. I'm like, I'm Culture Casino, and I was like, jumping up and down because my upload was on fire, and then it like stripped back to like, it ultimately got to 700 views in a couple of days, but it was 1,000 views in like 2 hours, and I was like, I did it. But it was like 35 to 50 views the first hour. It was a really strong upload, but it was like 30, 50 views the first hour, which is normal. And then like halfway through the second hour, it like blew up and got like 1,000. Someone was trying to fuck up my channel too. It's funny how when I go on Thursdays at 3, though, there's never any problems. Jerm, have you noticed that it's just smooth sailing all the time there?
Yeah. Funny how that works out.
Way to be back. Or another great line from that movie, fuck you, asshole. Oh, everybody. You know what? There's a major holiday tomorrow, so we're not going to go super crazy. There's still a little bit more to be said about Star Trek and the state of things, but yeah. Okay. I see that one. Some of us are going to beam out. We're going to hang out for a little longer. I'm going to try to make it to midnight. Anyone who wants to go with me is invited. Sean, you're going to beam off, so do you want to do some plugs and tell people what's going on and maybe wish everybody a happy holiday?
Yeah, well, first of all, happy Easter to everyone who's celebrating, and if you're not, I hope your Sunday is excellent. As for plugging, I'm gonna. What did I say?
You said your Sunday was excellent.
Oh, I didn't mean it excellent. Oh,
I didn't even catch that.
I didn't even
That
intend
went
to say that.
straight over my head.
Sorry.
I meant to do
Sean, this is more of those verbal misspellings we've been scolded about in the chat.
I speak in typo. So I'm going to present my screen here. So what I was going to say here is tomorrow I'm going to be in this fine establishment. How do I do this?
Just put it in like it's your channel.
Yeah, I did.
We're blocking it. Hold on.
Yeah.
Whoop. The Brady Bunch thing.
There it is.
There we go.
Okay, now I'm going to go full screen. There we go.
Oh.
I'm going to this.
It is Admiral Teague Stadium. It's got a big T on it.
Yes.
I like that. Yes.
When are you going there?
Yeah, I'm going to go see the Dodgers play the Rangers tomorrow. So, and here's the thing, Admiral, if you want to put up a quick poll, I need to know from the chat if I should eat a boomstick.
Oh, you got to show the people what that looks like.
Okay,
All
so
right.
here it is.
Yeah.
So this
14 votes. Get your votes in now. We'll just go to the tally really quick. A, 0%. So, like, not a lot of people loving this one. B, 57%. C, 43%. No one gave it a D or an F. Everybody was clustered around the view of the panel, which means the panel and the audience are, like, pretty much in a complete accord. Now, Jerem, do you certify these votes?
Yep, it's certified.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So the
Sean.
first option I have here is a boomstick burrito. It's a 24-inch burrito.
Oh, don't do that.
Okay, the next thing they have is bacon on a stick, which looks
Not too
pretty
bad.
darn good.
Wow, that looks cool.
Next option is the buffalo pulled pork sandwich.
That looks good.
That looks good.
Oh.
And then the hot dog triple play here. Looks like some chili, nacho cheese,
that's
jalapenos.
Way too much crap on a hot dog.
Yeah.
The first
And
hot
then-
dog with the garden salad's fine, but it's still a hot dog. It's like smoking a cigarette.
Yeah, this is a lobster roll thing. And then here's the big papa potato.
No.
I might eat
That's
that.
it.
That
Now,
looks awesome. That does look good.
the other thing they have here, it's a $34 hot dog called the Boomstick hot dog. And here's what... Listen to this.
You're not eating it with other people, but if you're doing it by yourself.
I don't know.
I
Like,
don't-
look at this thing, man. Like,
Feeds a family of 4.
Yeah.
or one Sean. I don't know, man. My wife...
It is a ballpark.
Sean,
How do you
had
cook that?
I don't know, man. Like...
What
Maybe
size
it's
hot
not
dog
big.
tank boils a hot dog that big?
I don't know, but look at that thing. Look at all the knots.
It's like a Red Lobster fish tank. They got to throw those things into.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
But
Sean, will the
coworker-
hot dog still be alive when you get there? Do you get to pick your hot dog out of a tank? It's like, yes, that one. Round it
yeah,
up.
I mean, just like with Gawk, you know, it's better when it's live.
It's high five.
Yeah, but like look at this guy.
Yeah.
But
Pulling a train on the hot dog.
coworker- My coworker ate an entire one. I'm like, you ate the whole thing on your own? He goes, yeah. There were some. He said there were some ladies from Los Angeles nearby him, and they said they would buy him 3 shots if he ate it on his own, and he did. I'm
Wow.
like, did you get out of the stadium? He had to waddle.
Yeah.
But my wife has said she will not help me eat one if I get
Oh,
it.
she won't? Oh, okay.
No,
okay.
no. So No,
She
but I'm
wants to
looking forward
live.
Yeah, like look at this thing with the onion rings on it and
How
chili.
much is that? How much is that?
I would eat that.
$34.
I would eat that. That is crazy. That is a New York City price in Texas.
Can you take like a cling wrap with you, so in case you don't finish it, you can like wrap it up in the container?
I have to drive 2 hours to get there. I'm not going to put a hot dog in my car for that long.
No.
It would go, yeah.
You know what? Not only that,
Yeah.
Carla, but you cannot have more than one napkin. They are
Do you-
like
Do you
Nazis
think you
with
can
those
eat it?
napkins.
Do you think you could eat it, Sean?
What's that?
Do you think you could eat it?
I probably could not right now because I've been dieting very strictly. So I can't eat. Like now, when I eat a little bit, I get full.
Yeah, don't buy it then.
Now-
Just get it another time when you're with someone
Yeah.
else and they are willing to eat it with you.
Right? Yeah, I'll
Is-
take a group of with
Is
me.
this thing gonna
Yeah.
stop you up horribly, or send you running in the 8th inning to the men's room?
Probably both. We stopped up for a while.
Don't ruin your
Miskatonic
diet.
is
Don't ruin your diet.
Miskatonic is quoting Captain McAllister from The Simpsons. "'Tis not a man, 'tis an eating machine."
Yeah, like look at this girl here. Like she's like, yeah, I'm taking that.
Yeah.
Forget
Anyway.
all the hot dogs and whatnot.
The Bonnie
If they
Blue
have
of guess.
If
Anyway.
they have it, nacho ice cream.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Look, we've disappeared. This is a new StreamYards game that they like to play, and we're back.
There we are. But
Maybe
yeah,
we
that's
Probably-
one of the-
yeah, that's true, Gavin Blackburn. Oh, hey, RTN said thank you.
Oh, my
Suggestion to the Admiral would be follow up, replace Yellowstone 1823, etc. with Justified, 6 seasons, 2010 and 2015. Best Western noir show ever made. Any fans here? We are going to probably start the
I bought the
1923.
DVDs. I've always wanted to watch it, so I bought the DVDs.
The 1923 panel is going to watch something else. So, like, it's going to be probably the Landman panel too when that comes back. So, but I mean, we got like a few months. My desire would be, honestly, I'd like to get to a couple of episodes that are memorable and good, and do a couple of more Star Trek, at least 1 or 2 more Star Trek uploads before I have to go do anything else, so I can grow the Star Trek side a little more. Like, I've got a little bit of overlap between everything, but for the most part, like, I just spent like 6 or 7 weeks doing Yellowstone. I've got to finish the 1923 video essays, but then maybe next episode will be so good that we'll want to do an upload of it. Or like we said, there's a Shran episode coming up. So between now and the next project, I want to really want to do a Star Trek upload to get the Star Trek side of the channel going. Because nothing, man, 1923 was very good to us as far as putting on the subs. Whether they stick the landing on that ending, I think me and Jerm both know they didn't. It had some weight to it. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't so good.
Yeah. We'll really have to see what 1944 turns out to be.
It should be 1969 or 1972, like you and I were saying, because he dies in 68 or 67.
Yeah.
And that weird Shining ending was really weird. RTN said thank you. Justified, we'll have to consider it. Remind me to think about that one.
I can't vouch for that series. It is. I
God,
did a
he's
watch
right.
party with it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, Buddy Hepburn. Yeah, he gave birth to that thing. Someone said it is going to come out the same way it went in.
That was the
Gavin.
burrito, I think Gavin was
Yeah.
saying. At Yankee Stadium, what I like to get is the chicken fingers and French fries.
How are the
Sean,
how are
that
the
thing's
dogs
going to be
there?
at least 2.3 Kirks.
Yeah.
When
How
I
are
go
the,
to
how are the
Citi-
hot dogs at Yankee Stadium?
The hot dogs at Yankee Stadium are pretty good. So are the hot dogs at Citi Field. They're like very girthy and big because they cost a bunch of money. So they're a little longer and thicker than regular hot dogs because they have to be, because it's ridiculous. The concessions food wise though is usually relatively affordable. I'll tell you this, Citi Field has better everything. I like the Yankees, but the Mets have the better stadium right now. They just do. It's a Yankee Stadium, not the Yankee Stadium, and the Mets finally have their really cool stadium. Now, if they could do something with it this year, it'd be freaking great. I would love to have, I predicted this last year. I'll predict it again. Now, remember, last year I came very, very close, but I've seen enough, and I know exactly what's going to happen. Yankees over the Mets in 7 in the World Series.
Ooh, now I'm ready for a Mets Yankees series. I had to see the Dodgers Yankees, but I'm looking at the hot dogs from Yankee
Wasn't
Stadium. They
that
look very
good?
much. These Yankee Stadium dogs look very much like Dodger dogs. Dodger dogs are great.
The hot dogs are really good, and you have like unlimited fixings. But I don't know. People just stand there and hover over it. I don't know. They're breathing on it. I'll grab a few packets of mustard and just slather it on there. I don't need an open relish from an open pit of relish on my Yankee Stadium hot dog. I was so much happier when they had relish packets. Bring back the relish packet.
That little thing you turn and it never comes out.
I will go and I'll kill Orca or Lizzo, whichever one it needs to be done myself to bring those back so that I can have relish on my hot dogs again when I go out. I live in New York. We eat a lot of hot dogs here. What's this code?
I don't know.
Mark, what happened here? I'm trying. I try to understand, my lord.
Picture?
Oh, it's a fandom.com.
Oh, okay. Can I? Let's see if I can follow the link. I will try. Okay, fandom.com. It's animes. They're pretty good. You guys can feel free to go check them out.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
I endorse these.
Yeah.
These are all really good.
Better.
This looks like it might be from War of the Rohirrim. This is one of their rare. See, here and there, stylistically, the War of the Rohirrim was fine. It was low effort, though. There were moments that were just terrible. Their character was okay and stuff like that. Stylistically, it was designed to be that way, but the problem is, it wasn't a good enough story. And why do we who the hell cares about Helm Hammerhand's weird niece or whatever the hell she was, Helga Hammerhand or whatever her name might have been. It was I fell asleep pretty soon into it, though. I don't know if did it ever take wing and soar. Everyone I heard hated it, and it was doing nothing to engage me.
I never finished it personally.
It was a little boring, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get out of here now. Thanks for having me.
Carl,
Yeah,
we
me
love
too,
you.
Admiral.
Good to
Yeah,
see you,
Sean.
Carla.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna fire up the transporter and send you guys out of here. Star Trek stuff.
Thanks.
Thank
Bye,
you
Carl.
so
Bye,
much,
Kat.
Carl. It was
Bye.
great to have you.
We'll hang out
thank
more
you.
next week. Yep.
Yep.
Happy
You're
Easter.
leaving?
Yeah, happy
Have a good Easter.
Have an excellent.
Sunday.
Yeah.
All
right,
right,
guys.
yeah, it's a time of rebirth. Bye.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get a ball from Mookie Betts. Later.
Oh, cool. Bye.
Bye-bye.
I want a ball from Mookie Betts. Did you see him playing catch with that kid? He's pretty cool. I like Mookie Betts. Anyway, let's see what else is going on in the chat. Just to knock on the War of the Rohirrim. Stylistically, it was okay. Here and there, it looked okay. Yeah, I mean, she looked like the princess. She also looked like the chick from Star Blazers, too, in some of the iterations of that. So, with that in mind, I think we didn't get the poll up for Sean to eat the thing. You know what? Hopefully he won't eat it. I don't want. If we had run that poll, we might have liability on what would happen if he actually had consumed that. So
Everyone would have told him he had to eat it. Yeah.
Yeah, he would have had to eat it, and just that to me, it seems like with that kind of a meal, you're talking it would be like a dolphin taking a shit with the 14 feet of rope.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
It would be very ropey. That's all I'm saying. I mean, that you have to have really good water pressure in your house. I would bring a couple of buckets of extra water to increase the flushing power. As I flushed, poured them
If you
into.
make it back to your house before it
That's
hits.
when he said he wouldn't drive with it in his car. I'm like, if you eat that, you may just barf it up or something in your car.
Yeah, it's going to ride in your car anyway.
Can you imagine if he gets in? It's why'd the car bottom out? It was fine when we got here.
Right.
Just shocks are messed up. All right. So you guys have been amazing. Have a really good and happy Easter. Let's see if I can make it to the end of the comment chain. And before I go, I will just fish up something really fast from Northern English Bastard so you guys can check it out. If you want to hear a really good talk with Admiral Teague a few other people, funny guys. Northern English Bastard is a pretty good YouTuber. He had a really good long 8-minute beginning for the stream where he put all the he had a little like mini-sode of every episode in his opening, so he did some really nice work. So check this out. It's Northern English Bastard, but I'm on the panel, and so is our pal RRTNZ. And it is for, hey, oh my gosh, I have to sing. Do you want Meet the Mets or Walking on Pear?
Walking on Pear.
All right.
That would be more appropriate.
Yes.
Northern English Bastard. We just put this link in the comments. And thank you so much, Miskatonic Madman. You're really generous. That's the conversation with Northern English Bastard. You should sub him, too. He's kind of like friendly with the drinker. I found him when Critical Drinker just subbed out, tweeted out one day, this guy's critically undersubbed, so I followed him. When the Critical Drinker says follow someone, I'll follow them for a while. If their channel sucks, I'll just quit. But his channel was pretty good, and I had a great time today talking Miami Vice. It was a blast. So we have an object. It's been detected by by radar over the base, over El Toro. It is a pair. Believe it or not, it's a flying pair. I never thought no one would send one to me. Flying away like there's wings on that pair. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just Teague. Thank you, Miss Katonic. That's so generous of you. And
Very
you know
well done, Admiral. Well done.
Thank you. And you know what? You know what's cool? If you're lurking out there or you're coming through later, Cult Classic Cage, thanks for lurking out there. Got pulled into the vortex of members, so it's cool. One of the earliest things I did was jack some of Cult Classic Cage's show and use it to prove my point on Frosk. And when she saw it, she was just totally cool about it. And we've been like kind of pals ever since. She's really nice. Oh, Miss Katonic, you liked it? Thank you. It was for you. I appreciate it. I figured the $10 super sticker definitely deserves a song, but I don't want to do Doomcock's song, right? I got to do my own. I got to be me. Just like Doomcock is calling her Silver Surfette, I've got my own nickname for Gom 2 or whatever the name of that stupid fake surfer is. You ready? Shilver Surfer.
Oh.
Or Shilver Surfer. I haven't figured it out yet. Like the Shilver Surfer.
Shilver sounds like a shill.
The Shilver Surfer is pretty good too. Yeah. With 2 L's. Yeah. See, the Shilver Surfer silver. Is also good. She's not. She's like iron, like pig iron. And by the way, like nice figure. Like I realize that like you could check off athletic figure if you look like Angelina Jolie or Mary Lou Retton. We would prefer Angelina Jolie. Since Revis Gach, did you know the bum that takes Ralph's clothes in the first episode was Fred Gwynn, Herman Munster? Oh, GAH. Wait. Did I know that? No, I didn't know that. Fred Gwynn, huh? Wow. Greatest American Hero? I have to watch it again. I got to admit, it's been a really long time since I've watched it. But maybe because of the singing of the song, we'll revisit it for like a channel thing. Cool. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you like it. It was for you. I want. You know what? You were the one who inspired it. I believe you're the first one to inspire the Super Pair song. And I'm happy to sing it. So let's see. Resolute Churn, the hell you got going on, man?
Well, I have my normal Saturday morning cartoon streams every Saturday. This Saturday, I'll have a special guest, Curtis Shelby, on. We'll be watching Fist of the North Star. Plus, I am in negotiations to start a morning show with a co-host that may be coming this next week.
Oh, great. All right.
Cool.
Congratulations on that. And JT Kirk, what's going on with you?
Sure. So, first of all, happy Easter to everyone. What is coming up for me in the next week, confirmed so far, I will be on Dave C's channel going over the third to last issue of the 1977 run of Black Panther by Jack Kirby. Edited by Jack Kirby. Drawn by Jack Kirby. So, yeah, good times, good stuff. Hope to see you all over there. We go through and read/critique an issue together, and we'd love to have you. Thanks.
You know what? I just point out, will you be discussing Vanessa Kirby this week, considering how close we are to the epicenter of this, what looks like it could be they're getting up off the deck with a couple of not so shit movies and defanging the real shit ones, but I don't know. Yeah. This Fantastic Four is swaggering like it's got something to say, and it's going to be empty, vapid, secret hideout level garbage.
We might talk about that over there. I think we probably
What
will.
Is going on
it's
with
hard
the thing?
To avoid it.
Why is the Thing's head smaller than Johnny Storm's? Why? Why does the Thing have a smaller head than Pedro? Well, don't answer that. We know why. But, oh, my God. Okay, so we love you all. Happy Easter or whatever holiday you're celebrating. Please be very safe. Take care of yourself. Don't eat too crazy or drink too much. And cherish your loved ones. They're not going to be around forever. We love you all. And we'll be back next Saturday night with the next exciting episode of Star Trek Enterprise. I think that maybe everyone's been good enough that what we should do is probably, I think we've all been so good. We need a little bit of sinful Sydney Sweeney to lead us out of the night. So we love you all, and we'll see you next time on Saving Star Trek. And thank you so much, guys. And before I go, I just want to say, Saving Star Trek is brought to you by the genius of Gene Roddenberry and the generosity of fans like you, including RRTNZ with $15 in generous New Zealand super chats. I'm sorry, $20 in generous New Zealand super chats, as well as making someone a member. Thank you so much. Ruby Hoove, a member for 2 months, who donated another member, brought someone else into the fold. Thank you so much for that. RRTNZ and Miskatonic Madman got me to sing. I love all of you guys. You are the best. You're the best audience. We grew a little bit. We had a slightly bigger show than I was ever expecting tonight. And then over there on Rumble, we love you guys too. You guys are great. And on X, hey, you know what? Thank you, X, for adding to our number and giving us another platform. And with that, I think we could say on the third day, you may need Viagra to rise, but not when Sydney Sweeney is around. That's all I'm going to say. Bye, guys. Have a great and safe and happy Easter.